As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster. Real dreams and shit. Smart. Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Okay, I think we live, bro. Hold on, dog. Is the music too loud, though? Cause I don't do this streaming stuff all the time. Live, bro. Hold on, dog. Okay, so I think we good, bro. I think we good. Yeah, we all good. We all good. Okay, we all good.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a
I don't
gangster.
do this streaming stuff very often, though.
Real dreams and shit. Smart. Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I'm not gonna do that. All right. So I'm gonna just get straight into it, dog. I'm gonna wait for some more people to join in a second. Alright, dog. So, we got 3 people in here, bro. We got 3 people in here. So, I'm gonna be just straight 100 with y'all. But first, hold up. I'm bringing the chat up here on my phone. Oh, what's good, Michael?
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster. Real trap shit.
Oh, thanks for coming through, Michael. So, I'm gonna just get straight into it, bro. Um, so NBA Live dropped some. But first, is the music too loud, Michael? Let me know if it's too loud. I think the music's good. Okay, so now NBA Live dropped their news on NBA Live 18, right? So first, I'm going to talk to y'all about what NBA Live is doing, what I think NBA Live is doing right versus what NBA 2K isn't doing right. So first of all, as y'all know, E3 is happening right now. So this is the opportunity for everybody to get on stage and like show out their product, like show out their game and seeing and telling us like what to expect when the game first come out, right? With NBA 2K, okay, so the music is good. Okay, so with NBA 2K, they're not telling us anything. All we know is, hold up, I'm also pull up another tab real quick. Hold up. What NBA 2K is doing, they're not telling us anything right now. Right now, we don't know anything about 2K. All we know is that Kyrie Irving is on the standard edition cover and Shaq is on the legend edition covers. That's all we know. Besides that, and what we get when we pre-order, like that's all we know. Now, I'm also gonna show you a little clip of NBA 2K TV. 2K TV. Okay, so the finale was yesterday. I'm gonna pause the music in a second. I'm gonna skip right to the part when they talk about NBA 2K18. Okay, so it's right here. Now I'm gonna pause the music right quick. No, I didn't mean to open up that. Okay, so I'm gonna play y'all the clip on NBA 2K TV when they first talk about NBA 2K18.
17 is a segment that we like to call our Summer Survival Guide.
I am Dan Hendrick, and I am a designer here at 2K. My career is mode where you get to take your player, whether it's you or a tech brand for endorsement. It could be taking a different position or archetype altogether. You'd be surprised how much of what you experienced was determined.
I'm trying to find the timestamp right quick.
When you knew them, what shoes is developing, expanding the archetype system, and it's
Okay, here we are.
career and make completely different choices wearing. So start a new career and make completely different choices, new position, new archetype, whatever. Am I allowed to? Yes. One of the big things we've done in the last couple of years is developing and expanding the archetype system. And in 2K18, the archetype system will be expanded and deeper than it's ever been before.
Okay, so did y'all hear that? I'm gonna play it one more time. For y'all.
Those things, who you knew, when you knew them. Am I allowed to? Yes. One of the big things we've done in the last couple of years is developing and expanding the archetype system. And in 2K18, the archetype system will be expanded and deeper than it's ever been before.
Okay, so right there, we have confirmation that archetypes will be on to NBA 2K18. Now, they said that it's going to be like a bigger development in the archetype system. So what that means is, who knows? Are we going to have archetype blending, or are we going to be like outside inside balance on 2K16? Now, like this isn't what they're telling us. Now, Mike Wang, this Chinese nigga Mike Wang, I hate this man right here. Oh my god, no racist, no racial shit. My green screen showing a bit. Hold up. Because I don't do this. I don't do this streaming shit very often. Okay. Thank you, Michael. So what they're saying is that this is what they're telling us. Are we going to be able to blend archetypes on NBA 2K18? Now, let me give you a perfect example of that. Say I'm a 6'3" point guard sharpshooter as the primary archetype. That means I can be able to shoot mid-ranges and be able to shoot three-pointers. So, but I can't really do anything else. I can't dribble unless I'm actually short. But that's where the second archetype comes into play. Well, what we want them, if they're going to go that route, that's what we want. So if I'm a primary sharpshooter, a primary archetype sharpshooter, I can have the second archetype, my secondary archetype, as a playmaker, which means I have max dribbling, and on top of that, I can shoot. And I'm 6'3", and I have max agility, max mid ranges, max 3-pointers, max dribbling, everything. So now I can also tell you one thing. The archetype system, this was the worst thing that they could ever do. Now, and I made a video like a month ago saying that about my supposed 99 overall demigod stretch big man. Like if you go to your player and then you screenshot your attributes, everything, go to your stats and then go to your attributes and you screenshot everything and then you put it into a create a player. It's not going to be, and your player is like a 96 in the my career. That's what they say you are, and then you put the same exact attributes into a creative player. It's not going to be no 96. It's going to be like a 70 something. So that's what I'm saying. This is where the archetype system could come into play at. So say if I'm a sharpshooter, I'm supposedly like a 70 something, right? And I can't dribble. So the dribbling, the max agility, plus the dribbling and everything else that the playmaking packages and the agility packages come with, that's going to boost me into the 90s. You see what I'm saying? So right now, we don't know, like I said, we don't know anything. Now E3, this is supposed to be when they're telling us what they're going to be doing with their game, but instead they're holding out on information. Now, I'm also going to play this little clip real quick saying what Mike Wang is talking about NBA 2K18 and what was the biggest mistakes they made this year in NBA 2K17. Just watch.
And for all of you guys, I recommend that you jump into 2KU. Whether it's the 2KU game or freestyle practice, there's a ton of new stuff to learn and a lot of new moves you can add to your game. And I recommend checking out the tips glossary because every move in the game is in there. And who knows, you might even find a go-to move that you like using. Can you share anything about 2K18? Oh, wow, 2K18. Before we get into 2K18, I think one of the biggest challenges we faced this year in 2K17 was just balancing shooting. So we went back.
Y'all hear that? No doubt that they had trouble with the shooting. Because like at the beginning of the game, it was perfect. You didn't have like lockdown defenders and glass cleaners making literally everything they put up. But I mean, my thing is like they need to make it as where attributes matter. They need to make it where if attributes matter, they wouldn't have this problem. Where they wouldn't have to like give everybody a boost and the non-shooting archetypes shoot better than the shooting archetypes.
Reviewed all the past shooting systems in our games, all the way back to 2K11. Took all the good things that we liked about all those different systems, and we put together what I think is the best system to date for 2K18. And we're so excited for you guys to try it out in September.
Okay, so now I'm going to stop that little clip right there. So I don't think that there's anything else that they say about NBA 2K18. I mean, I don't think. Okay, I think it's like a clip or two at the end, but then I'm going to play that later. So, going back to NBA Live. So, NBA Live, what their game is that they're making it as well as like they have what they're doing is the playstyles. It's similar to the archetypes, but it's way better. It's 10 times better. So I'm going to show you. Okay, so here we are. So the guards now. The main thing is that the guards. I'm trying to get my words right. The guards is from 5'7" to 6'5". Now there are 6'6" and 6'7" point guards on NBA 2K, but and there's some like in the league, but they don't know if they're gonna play point guard or not. So, okay, so now for example, they have point shooters, they have slashers, playmakers, backcourt defenders, very similar to 2K, very similar. And also they have stuff that's similar to Steph Curry. So a point shooter is a Stephen Curry, a slasher is a Russell Westbrook, a backcourt defender, I'm sorry, is similar to a Michael Conley, and a playmaker is very similar to a John Wall. So we're going to take a look at the point shooters really quickly. So with the point shooters, their primary skills is 3-point shots, mid-range shots, passing, and dribbling. They're not just limited to one thing. They're not just limited to just shooting. They can dribble and they can pass. Not only that, they have secondary skills as well. They have stealing. They have stealing, contested shots. Contested shots is a big thing when you're a shooter, because like if you have a quick jumper like Steph Curry, like a lot of people cannot defend that quick shot. So people who think that they contest you and think that you're gonna miss, 9 times out of 10, you make every single thing if you have a quick jumper like Steph Curry. Now, inside shots, they also have a good inside shots as well. They're not just limited to one thing. Now, like I'm saying, now let me give you an example. Okay, so right here, this is NBA 2K17 right here. So, sharpshooters, as you can see, their mid-ranges and three-pointers are the only things maxed. So that means they are literally limited to one thing unless you're a 6'1", 6'2", sharpshooter point guard that can speed boost with short arms. And that's where the boost on the playmaking and the agility comes in, right? So we shouldn't have to exploit ways in order to like be a playmaker sharpshooter. We should just be able to do things on our own. So now let me go back to NBA Live. So their traits, they have quick passes, free throws, and sure handles. That means they can dribble. So my thing is that if 2K does this as well as we have primary and secondary skills, that will make the game better. Instead, they just give us simple archetypes that we are limited to one thing, and then we got non-shooting archetypes shooting better than us, and then they patch the one thing that we're good at. Now let me go to the slashers real quick. Now the primary what is that
The
sound?
wall. It's our armor.
What in the hell?
It protects us.
I'm tripping right now. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this or not, but so let me move out of the way real quick. So their primary skills as a slasher is layups, dribbling, and inside shots, and also mid ranges. That means that they can shoot as well. So the only thing that they're not good at is passing. Their secondary shots is the shot off dribble, which means fadeaways, and on ball defense. That means they can pretty much almost do everything. So, like I'm saying, NBA Live, they're posting good information for us right now before their game is even coming out. So, hold on a second. This shit is starting to piss me off, bro. So, no, not only that, playmakers. Now let's go to the playmakers real quick. So, playmakers, their primary skills are dribbling, passing, layups, and steals. So that means they can only dribble. Now they do have a little bit of a mid-range shot and an inside shot as well. But three-pointers, I like to shoot from deep. I like to just straight shoot from deep. So they're not really good three-point shooters. So if their three-pointers is not on here, that means they're not supposed to be doing it. They also have quick passes, short handles, and contested shots as well. Now, that's kind of irking me like really quickly because like that's really irking me a little bit because like if you're a playmaker, you're not now the like I said the secondary skills and the inside skills. Oh my god, bro! I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, bro. Mid ranges and inside shots is their secondary skills. Now, what that means is, are they going to get a boost to secondary, or they're going to be good at all of these as their skills? But that's still what they're going to explain to us, and once it comes out. Let me read this chat real quick. TD Hawk, thanks for tuning into the stream, man. I really appreciate it. Okay, so now let's go to the wings real quick. Now the wings, this is from small shooting guards to power forwards because it's from 6'5" to 6'11". So wing shooters. Let's go to the wing shooters. Now let me move out of this way so y'all can see this shit. Hold up. So the wing shooters, they're basically sharpshooters from NBA 2K17. So what that means is that they have a 3-point shot, mid-range shot, contested shot, inside shot as their primary. The secondary, they can pass, on-ball defense, and rebounding, which is very, very similar to what Klay Thompson is. Because Klay Thompson, he can shoot fadeaways, he can shoot contested shots, and he can play. He's a great defender. So it's very, very similar to what Klay Thompson is in real life. So now the traits, they have quick passes and free throws and late to the party. Now I don't know what that means specifically, but we still have to figure that out for ourselves on our own. So that's what basically a wing shooter? So let me go back real quick. Hold on a second. Now, and as y'all see, and y'all can go if y'all want to check this out for yourselves, because this is probably going to take me a long time to explain this stuff, and people are now just starting to roll in. So it's on EA Sports website. You can go check it out right now for yourselves and see what y'all think. Now, the inside out. Let's go to this. Real quick. So the inside outs, it's basically like a DeMar DeRozan, which is their example. They can dribble, shoot. They can't really shoot 3-pointers, but they can also shoot fadeaways as well. And they can dunk as well. So they're basically kind of like slashers, but they're a little bit like sharpshooters without their 3-pointers. So, hold up, let me read this chat real quick. Cavs in 7. Hell no, bro. You got me fucked up. Like, I swear to God, bro. So, now wing defenders. Let's go to this. Now, primary skills. They have on-ball defense, which is very similar to a lockdown defender, but they can also dunk. They can also have a 3-point shot, post defense, and rebounding. On 2K17, hold up, bro. Let me show you the lockdown defender on NBA 2K17. Alright, so here we are. So, lockdown defenders, as y'all see, agility, they have max agility, but their strength isn't all the way max. It's pretty much max, but if you put a boost to that, it's maxed. They can rebound a little bit, but they can't rebound as much as you want them to. But now defending, this the only thing that they're good at is defending. The 3-point shot, they're not good at that at all. They're actually a little bit better than what glass cleaners are. But rather than that, they can't really do anything. They can't really shoot fadeaways. They can't do layups or dunks. And they can't really do any mid-ranges. Now, 2K's mistake was that Instead of listening to the people who know how to play the game, who made the right choices in making shooting archetypes that's supposed to be doing what they're supposed to be doing, people are making lockdown defenders and shooting even though when they know damn well that that's not what they're supposed to be doing. Your job is playing defense when you're a lockdown defender. Your job is not shooting. That's my job because I'm the shooter on the team. So, but with this, they have 3-point shots and they can also dunk. Now their traits they also have dribbling. Don't forget about the dribbling. Now, and they also have no fouls. They have no fouls as a trait. So that means if someone like LeBron or Russell Westbrook is coming down that lane super quick, and then you try to get up in them to contest a layup or dunk or whatever, they're not going to charge. They're not going to pull a charge on you. They're not going to pull a blocking foul on you. They're going to pull a charging foul on them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So let's go back. Now the last thing we want to talk about is the bigs. Now this is from 6'8". I don't know why this is from 6'8" to 7'11". Now 7'11", this can be a problem if they don't fix this right now. Because if you now at the beginning of the game, the most overpowered position on the game was the 7'3" stretch big man because they can shoot from half court, and plus on top of that they have deep range deadeye. So if they coming down, if you don't contest their shots early, like 9 times out of 10, they're gonna make it. So now we also have a few different archetypes here. Now let's go to the rim protectors. Now the rim protectors, it's very similar to a paint protector on 2K. That means they can play defense. They have good defense in the post. They can dunk. And they can steal and pass. That means they're not supposed to be shooting. Bigs isn't really a shooting position unless you're either a stretch big man on 2K or a stretch 4, which I'm about to get to on NBA Live. So let's check out the stretch 4s. Now the stretch 4s on 2K, the stretch 4s on NBA Live, it's very, very similar to what a stretch big is on NBA 2K. Now the stretch 4s, they have 3-point shots, mid ranges, contested shots, and they can rebound. On 2K, the best position on the game was a stretch big man because all you just have to do, even though glass cleaners have maxed out rebounding, it's all about position. So that means plus they added tip animations, and if that ball comes down super quick, you're not gonna get the rebound. So all you just have to do is just box a glass cleaner out, and then you'll get the rebound. So, and also their secondary skills, they also have a little bit of an inside game, and they can also pass. And also, they also have way back pick and pop. Now I'm gonna guessing that these are sort of like the badges, because pick and popper is a main priority Hall of Fame badge when you're big. So if you set that screen and then you going back to pop a 3 or whatever like I do, that means that's where the straight is going to come in effect, and I assume that's going to give you a boost on whether if you make your 3-pointer or not. So right now, we don't know anything about 2K. All we know that, like I said at the beginning, all we know is that Kyrie Irving and Shaq is going to be on the cover. We know that what we're going to get when we pre-order, and plus we know that there's archetypes on the game. Like I said, if they were at E3 right now, they're supposed to be dropping everything that we're supposed to be knowing for their game. Like Need for Speed, they're dropping literally almost everything that we're supposed to know for the game. So now the post anchors, I don't know what these are, but I'm not about to go through it. But I'm also gonna play one last clip. I'm gonna play one last clip of what they saying on NBA 2K TV, and then I'm gonna end the stream right quick.
And let's start with archetypes because the dev mentioned that there'll be a strong focus again in next year's game.
Absolutely. I think one of the things that was so special about archetypes, to have these different play styles, was something that the tournament, you really saw these players playing these different roles, and it really made the game more competitive. Now, balancing the archetypes, that's the bigger challenge, that's the bigger question, And I don't envy the gameplay team for going in there and trying to figure out how to balance these things, but we've heard a lot of community feedback. I think we're in a good spot in terms of where we're heading down the road with archetypes.
And speaking of community feedback, we've heard a lot about shooting. And Mike Wang mentioned a little bit about what's going to be changing with shooting next year.
Yeah. So shooting's something that the community's been talking about all year long. I think ever since the introduction of green releases, a lot of fans have a lot of different kind of feedback about that. I think they've kind of learned to use it as a crutch. Like if I learn my release and I think the bar is filled up, I should make that shot 100% of the time.
Exactly. Now, what he just said, did y'all just listen to what LD had to say? So, I'm going to play it one more time.
To use it as a crutch. Like if I learn my release and I think the bar is filled up, I should make that shot 100% of the time.
Exactly. Now, knowing your release is very, very crucial when playing 2K. Because, like, not everybody shoots the same. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, say, for example, I'm wide open in the corner. And I have Hall of Fame corner specialist, and I have my own custom signature jump shot, and I know it by heart because I've been using it since the beginning of the game. For example. So, if I fill that ball all the way up, if I know it by heart, and I release it the exact same way I've been releasing it the other times, shouldn't it go in? And plus, not to mention, I have the boost from corner specialist, and I have the boost from the catch and shoot if I'm coming off that catch and shoot wide open in the corner. Now if it's contested, now I will understand if it's contested. Now contested shots, that's a whole nother thing because you have to have badges. Your height matters. Your release, of course, that matters. But if you also got to know your contested release as well. So if you know your contested release plus your actual release, you're supposed to make your shots. Now what they did is that instead this year, instead of actually okay, for example, if your bar is filled all the way up and they give you a white instead of a green and it's on the line, it's gonna automatically make you miss. But if you fill that bar halfway up, 9 times out of 10 that's gonna go in. So like they will rather reward people who don't know their release and rather not bother with their release instead of rewarding the people who actually put their work in on their mod players to actually do a good job at the park or pro-am. So I'm going to back the clip up one more time.
Entire season.
I think so. 2K18's in the air. People are excited, and we might have some details here.
Yeah, we talked to some of the devs, and they were hinting about certain things, but I want to get the lowdown from you. And let's start with archetypes, because the devs mentioned that there'll be a strong focus again in next year's game.
Absolutely. I think one of the things that were so special about archetypes, to have these different play styles was something that the tournament, you really saw these players playing these different roles, and it really made the game more competitive. Now, balancing the archetypes, that's the bigger challenge, that's the bigger question, and I don't envy the gameplay team for going in there and trying to figure out how to balance these things, but we've heard a lot of community feedback. I think we're in a good spot in terms of where we're headed.
Now, the archetype system, it's not very hard. It's not very hard at all. Because, like, okay, for example, I'm a stretch big man, right? That means I have a 99 three-pointer and mid-ranges. So I'm supposed to be, and if I make my releases on the line, like, if I know my release very well, and I'm supposed to get straight greens. Now, for a lockdown defender who has like a 50-something three-pointer, they're not supposed to be making no shots at all. That's not what they're supposed to be doing. Like, you'll knock one down every once in a while, but like, consistently, lockdown defenders are not a shooting archetype. That is not their job to do. Stretch big man's supposed to do. Now, stretch big mans and sharpshooters, unless that you did that 99 overall consistency glitch, you cannot shoot very well if you're a sharpshooter or a stretch big man. Now, once I begin my second season and once I on my stretch big man, I'm gonna do that 99 overall glitch. I'm gonna do that 99 overall glitch because, like, now in NBA 2K18, they're saying that they're gonna balance the shooting. Now, if they balance the shooting, they shouldn't have to make no patches. Now, at the beginning of the game of NBA 2K17, they had everything was almost perfect. All they just had to do was just tweak a few things, i.e., the inbound stealing, the shot meter glitch. That was a big thing, and they also had to fix the out of bounds stuff, which they still didn't fix. But other than that, they actually, they didn't have to touch the shooting at all. Sharpshooters are sharpshooters. They're snipers from deep. Why would you touch them? Lockdown defenders, why would you buff them? They're not a shooting archetype. But anyways, bro, I'm gonna play this clip one last time. I promise that this is the last time I'm gonna play it.
Details here.
Yeah, we talked to some of the devs and they were hinting about certain things, but I want to get the lowdown from you. And let's start with archetypes because the devs mentioned that there'll be a strong focus again in next year's game.
Absolutely. I think one of the things that were so special about archetypes, to have these different play styles was something that the tournament, you really saw these players playing these different roles, and it really made the game more competitive. Now, balancing the archetypes, that's the bigger challenge, that's the bigger question, and I don't envy the gameplay team for going in there and trying to figure out how to balance these things, but we've heard a lot of community feedback. I think we're in a good spot in terms of where we're heading down the road with archetypes.
And speaking of community feedback, we've heard a lot about shooting. And Mike Wang mentioned a little bit about what's going to be changing with shooting next year.
Yeah. So shooting's something that the community's been talking about all year long. I think ever since the introduction of green releases, a lot of fans have a lot of different kind of feedback about that. I think they've kind of learned to use it as a crutch. Like if I learn my release and I think the bar is filled up, I should make that shot 100% of the time. But we were seeing a lot of
But that's where he's already messing up on. Not to mention, you have to consider, like, if you being wide open or not. A lot of smart shooters, they would know if they know their limits and what they can do with their releases. 9 times out of 10, they would shoot wide open rather than contested. If it's contested, I would see it not going in unless that you have the badges. This year, they nerfed the badges as to where it's completely useless. Now, also, not to mention, they also took out a big contested shot animation out of the game at the beginning of it was around patch. It was like one of the early patches. Hold up. I'm gonna bring up one more video, and then I'm gonna hop off the stream, bro. It was also in like my later It was in like one of my mixtapes or something. I remember now. So where is it? Okay, so where is it? Fuck, I can't find it. What the fuck? Where the fuck is my mixtape at? Did the shit get removed or something? Because it was right after this one. It was right after this video. Hold the fuck up, bro. What the fuck? It was right in between here, dog. Let me refresh the page real quick, cause it shows it on my phone, but not on here. Okay, here we are. So I'm gonna fast forward until like the part where it shows like I'm contested. Hold up. It's here somewhere. Okay, so hold on. Okay, did y'all see that animation? They took that animation out of the game. Remember, they took that out of the game. So, when they took that out of the game, when I actually remember, because when I was actually like going up for like to do my signature animation and shit, I remember I could not do that animation. It was not giving me that animation, and then I finally figured out that they actually removed it out of the game. They completely cut it out of the game. Now that's just one. Now I'm also gonna go into full screen here. It's here somewhere. Hold on. If it's not on here, it's on Soul Illuminati's channel. Hold up. Let me go to here. Hold up. Because it was also on his mixtape as well. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, here we are. Here we are. Okay, you see that? You saw that right there, right? I'm gonna replay it again. Okay, you see that? They took that animation out of the game too. They took that out of the game as well. So, and then that was when Deep Range Deadeye would always appear. If you have Hall of Fame Deep Range Deadeye at the beginning of the game like I had, and that animation pulled up, 9 times out of 10 you would make that shot. No doubt about it. That's just the one. That's just the second one. They also removed more. I'm trying to find it. Hold on, guys. Hold on a second. I think that's all. I haven't watched this in a long time, but I know. I remember because like at the beginning of the game, they took that at around like the 7th or 8th. Excuse me, around the 7th or 8th patch. That's when they took it out of the game. So now my thing is, then if that's what sharpshooters and stretch big men are supposed to be doing, let us do that. We're not supposed to. If we're supposed to be doing that, these other archetypes, they're not supposed to be doing that. So why would y'all take that animation out of the game? Not to mention, playmakers without that Deadeye badge had that same contested shot animation all the time, and not around half the time they would make the stuff, or well, most of the time. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this this video, bro. This stream, bro. I will be back as soon as I get my Elgato. That's when I'm gonna be streaming, dog. Like I said, I have big plans for this channel, and I hope to like progress and go through with like whatchamacall with my decisions on like my channel. So but anyways, let me know what y'all think about this. I'm gonna make another video tomorrow. But until then, I'll see y'all later, bro. I'll see y'all later.